Number 8, Voronezh Conference, the Second Coming of Christ, the Revelation of John the Theologian. Participants, Irina Podzorova, contactee with extraterrestrial civilizations, Maxim Rusin, head of the International Spiritual Development Center, Cassiopeia, Midgas Kaus, representative of the planet Essler, biologist, psychologist, and specialist in extraterrestrial civilizations.
In this and future videos on our YouTube channel, you will discover the absolutely true story about the amazing contacts of Irina Podzorova, from Voronezh with extraterrestrials, and her unique abilities of clairvoyance, telepathy, psychic abilities, and channeling. We, a group of volunteers from different countries, are translating the spiritual and scientific knowledge received from Irina Podzorova into English. We understand that all of this may be very difficult to believe, but we do not aim to mislead anyone. All the information presented in our videos is Irina Podzorova's personal life experience, about which she is sharing. Any images that we place in our videos are not a way to deceive you. We use approximate images to help you visually imagine what Irina is talking about. We replace the actual speech of Irina and her interlocutors in Russian with an English translation for those who do not know Russian. With love and gratitude, the volunteers of the International Development Team of the Cassiopeia Project.
What was Atlantis?
On Earth, there was once a single continent. It was always sunny and warm, although temperature differences existed. In essence, it was a paradise created for humanity to exist.
The enemy of humanity, the serpent, Bible. Are they reptilians?
They are Selbetians. That's why they are referred to as the tempter serpents in the Bible.
Yes, in the Bible they are called Selbetians, reptilians, the tempter serpent. It's about this very serpent in the Bible.
In other words, they are called the enemy of humanity.
The enemy of humanity. Reptilians who were among our creators also tried to destroy us.
You say that Jesus sacrificed himself and can no longer reincarnate. How does this align with the scriptures about the second coming of the Savior?
Christ will come a second time, and he will appear in the same body. Yes, the body in which he was crucified, which is now physically located on Birkhead. He will arrive on a ship. The phrase, "I will come with thousands of angels," means he will come with friends from various planets.
Will it be a mass contact?
Yes, it will be a mass contact. This is described in the last book of the Bible, which you call the Revelation to John. Yes, Mid, you love this topic. He loves discussing the Revelation to John.
Mid enjoys philosophizing. Yesterday he asked me such deep questions.
How long did people live on Earth before the war, 12,000 years ago, before that war? Was there no oxidation back then?
Humanity was created 3 million years ago.
Did people live longer back then because there was no oxidation?
Longer.
Mid, how long did people live before the war 12,000 years ago, under the different atmospheric conditions?
10 times longer than now.
1,000 years?
Generally, between 600 and 900 years.
Was their height the same?
Their height was the same as that of the Birkadians. But under new conditions, with changes in atmosphere and food, their height ranged from 2.2 meters to 2.8 meters.
What is the essence of the revelation of John the Theologian?
The revelation is not a prophecy predicting the future. It is a warning about what could happen to your planet if the interstellar union is forced to intervene and initiate mass contact before you are ready. This might happen if your governmental and military structures pose a threat. Mid, please slow down. I'm struggling to keep up. My perception slows when I'm in a trance.
Under what circumstances will the interstellar union initiate mass contact?
The interstellar union will only resort to this if your authorities and military structures start a global war or if your governments push the planet to the brink of an ecological catastrophe. In such a case, the interstellar union will have to initiate mass contact, regardless of the consequences of interacting with your military structures, to save the innocent people who chose this planet and incarnation and are not to blame for the irresponsible actions of your leaders.
Thank you. But as you said, this is not a prediction, so it might not happen.
It won't happen if you follow everything Christ said and the teachings of other spiritual leaders. If you view their teachings spiritually, there are no contradictions among them.
Is it true that the church is a construct built on top of God?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the term construct. The purpose of Christ's incarnation was to bring teachings that would contribute to the rapid spiritual progress of all beings incarnated here. From the moment of his incarnation, he remembered all his past lives, including his time in the spiritual world and his goals. His incarnation was prepared for a long time, about 2,000 years from Moses' contact to the birth of his mother. She, raised in the Jewish religion, became capable of embodying this being. His goal was to teach for the spiritual advancement of all incarnated beings, but things went astray. Even when he was killed, it wasn't for evil deeds, but for good ones, not for breaking laws, but for upholding them. He wasn't killed by criminals, but by the leading figures of the time, those who should have protected him. After leaving his damaged body, Christ chose to return to it. The Burkhadians, who prepared and accompanied his incarnation, came to earth, retrieved his body, and neutralized its guards. They physically restored his body, and he reconnected with it. Using divine energy, he erased the cellular information about aging and death. Thus, his body remains immortal, unaffected by aging and disease. It is the only immortal physical being.
Friends, we want to take care of you and remind you not to forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, copy the link to our YouTube channel to your phone so you can easily find us. We also have a Telegram chat group for you to connect with us and other like-minded people. You can find all the details on how to join in the description below this video.